track laziness, procrastination, things that prevent us from being successful because there's no drive within us to be pushing forward, right? So this evening, we'll be doing emotional healing to release grief and anxiety. And that has been a request by quite a number of people. So we're going to do our best to use what we've learned with spiritual teachings and help alleviate the suffering of many, many people. Now, unfortunately, most of us know of someone who has passed on due to COVID or related issues. And just want to address that just real quickly. We're going to do the healing. There's no doubt about it. It's to extract that stress energy, that negative emotion, that lingering feeling of loss. It's all energy, right? We talked about it. Any thought, any emotion you have, whether you're ecstatic and happy, to you're sad and angry, to feeling grief because you lost someone, because somebody broke up with you, or whatever. All these are manufactured by the soul. These are emotions, okay? And the thing to remember is, one, it's part of the human experience. And so some of you have said, oh, but when you talk about it like that, you're suppressing or repressing. We're not. We're doing two things. We're letting you understand that these emotions are things that we can create and we choose not to create. And we've already created them. There's a way to get rid of them. That's one. The other part is also to acknowledge that it's part of the human experience. That's what makes you alive. Otherwise, you'd be a walking robot, right? So the whole idea is to, yes, to realize and understand that it does happen, but at a certain point, you also have to have the understanding of what it is so it does not completely encompass your life. Otherwise, I've known people who go to such extreme, like many years ago, I know one of my daughter's friends, her mother has been grieving for a lost child because the child got in an accident because of a drunk driver. And of course, the mother and the entire family is experiencing a lot of pain and grief. And so what I was told is the mother every day writes a letter to the daughter that passed, to help her deal with it and get rid of it. There's only one slight problem. If I remember correctly, her therapist that she goes to told her to keep doing it for 14 years. It's been 14 years, she's still doing it every day. I'm going, talk about extending the suffering. Get the idea? Now, that's only part of it. That's part of the lunacy. I'm willing to say it's lunacy. I haven't heard anybody who, in the right mind, want to do that for 14 years. That's only part of it. The other part, obviously, the other person does not know anything about energy or the soul, because that is also, if the soul is going to the higher worlds, we have a tendency to kind of hold on to it so the soul cannot go to the higher worlds. Have you ever thought of that? We always hear people saying, oh, at least, he or she is in a better place. Yeah, but the journey going there is supposed to be a smoother one. That's what you want. That's not happening if you're holding on to them. Make sense? I'll give you an example. Many years ago, we were having a class in St. Louis, Missouri. And my teacher, Grandmaster Choco is teaching, and after the class, one of the students came up to him and asked for help. Basically, I think her father was dying of cancer, and, the doctor said, doesn't have much time, so, it was really sad. And Master was just looking, and he was scanning, and he said, okay. And whatever he did, I don't, claim to know what the teacher does. Whatever he said, whatever he did, he told the student, he goes, yeah, 2 weeks. That's what he said. I have no clue how he came up with that. He just says 2 weeks. After he said that, interesting enough, I went back to the area, and about, I don't know how many months later, I found out what happened. And he was right, because in that 2 weeks' time, the health of the father was deteriorating. Really bad. That's in plunging, right? And so they decided to gather around at a certain time, before the 2 weeks, to kind of call the family members, say goodbye. I mean, it's something that's the human experience, okay? And then afterwards, again, I came back many months later. I found that the story was, after that, I mean, they were seeing that the lady was telling me, message was right. The doctor was telling them that literally in that short 2 weeks' time, there's a high probability they're seeing that it's deteriorating that bad he could pass any day. Here's the interesting part. After that gathering of all the people, he did not leave for another month. Another month. Just out of nowhere, just stayed in the body. Right? Not getting any better, getting worse, but just trapped in the body. Now, I'm sharing this with you to kind of give you an idea, to see it from the perspective of the soul. And I remember in a conversation with Master Cho, he said, sometimes that is actually the problem. The ones who are still in the physical body do not realize that if the soul is in a body that is already so broken, the soul is actually trapped and suffering. For us to hold on to them, not consciously, I mean, we're not trying to make them suffer, but the fact that the soul wanted to be in a better place, free of suffering, free of physical suffering, sometimes out of our ignorance, we hold on to them. So even though they're going to leave, they can't. And I remember that student was saying that when I expressed this to him, I said, Master Cho said this and that. She goes, yeah, actually what happened was when everybody's gathering around the father, many of them were crying, said, please don't leave, don't ever leave us, that type of, which is, again, understandable, the human experience. But if you look at it from the viewpoint of the soul, I'm sure he could feel the love and all that stuff. At the same time, it's just like he's trying to leave, but somebody's holding on to them. I'm sharing that with you because we only see it from our side. And you talk about spirituality, you have to realize the soul is not the body, not the emotion, not the thoughts. And so when the soul leaves the body, we have to give the soul the freedom to go into the light. And tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to do meditation twin hearts. And as we project energy and love to our loved ones who have passed, we're going to chant Om Mani Padme Hum to basically help in the purification process and help her go into the light, or him. Make sense? So we're doing two things. We're purifying ourselves, being at peace to know that, hey, it is the body that died, not the soul. And simultaneously, to help the soul in whatever capacity we have, is we project loving energy. Make sense? Now, it's interesting. It's funny, but it's kind of crazy. I remember when my father passed, in the Chinese tradition, I don't know if you guys know this, while the car that carried the casket, it has to go to a certain procession. It's part of the Chinese tradition. And being the eldest son, I have to be the one right behind the hearse, the car that kind of basically drove around the block. And then there's a procession, and there was some chanting, and of course my mother was crying, and it was not a pleasant thing, obviously. And then as I was walking, you're wearing white and all that. It's a ceremony. And I'm hearing Om Mani Padme Hum. I literally heard the chant, Om Mani Padme Hum. It was melodic and chanting. I go, wow, man, that's amazing. I'm becoming clairvoyant, clairaudient, and everything else in between. And I'm going, oh, it's a sacred experience. Okay, here's the interesting part. By the time the hearse, the car carrying the casket went back to the funeral home, for the cremation. Wow, I heard it the entire time, man. This is amazing. It's like, oh. By the time I got there, I kept hearing it. I go, is it done yet? And then because when it's walking, there's so many things going on. You say, oh, I'm hearing everywhere. I'm being enveloped, by angelic beings chanting Om Mani Padme Hum. When I got back to the building, I go, how come I'm still hearing it? And then I'm hearing it like it's coming from a certain place. I was looking up. I look down. Guess what? Under the car, there's a speaker. And it was playing a chant by some monks. I go, oh, great, so much for my clairvoyance. Anyway, my point. It's a tradition in the Buddhist tradition that you chant Om Mani Padme Hum and offer it to the soul. Okay? Anyway, I'm not going to go into much detail because I know some of you, this is very foreign and it's kind of strange and weird as it is. But when we teach the higher classes, one of them is actually Om Mani Padme Hum. There's a book, Om Mani Padme Hum. This one, written by my teacher, and it goes in detail about the mantra. And most people chant it, but they don't really know the essence of it. Because when you say Om Mani Padme Hum, they just think, Om is like Om, Amen. Mani is jewel. Padme is flower or lotus. And Hum is like another Om or so be it. So if you ask somebody who practices Tibetan Buddhism, you say, hey, what does Om Mani Padme Hum mean? You do a search. Most of it say, hail to the jewel in the lotus. And if you ask, what is that? I don't know. Just trust. Just surrender and chant. Which also works. Okay? But for an engineering mind like mine, I go, it doesn't fly. So it has many, many meanings. One of them is Om, as we said, is Om, the universal sound. Mani is the jewel. There's a jewel in the center of your head, in the pineal gland. Padme is the flower, the crown chakra. Hum is like so be it. So when you chant Om Mani Padme Hum, it awakens the spiritual light within you, which is basically a gateway to your spiritual self. Okay? That's the best I can do. Otherwise, it'll take a whole 8 hours to teach it and explain it. Anyway, just to get the book, and we'll be teaching the class sometime in the future. Anyway, so when you chant Om Mani Padme Hum, part of it is that's how it affects you. It connects you to your higher soul. The other bigger part of it is when you chant Om Mani Padme Hum, which is universal, it's not just Buddhist, the frequency and the energy, listen carefully, it pierces. You know, like if you have a veil or something or a piece of cloth, when you stick a knife, you pierce it, right? Okay, I know that sounds violent, but here's the point. When you chant Om Mani Padme Hum, whoever's chanting it, that energy and frequency pierces several dimensions at the same time. So physically, you can hear me if I chant. Emotionally, mentally, it affects the emotional body, the mental body, and the higher dimensions. No, there lies the key. So if someone has just left the body, they might be stuck in the emotional world, which is the nature behind ghosts and certain entities. Okay, they're stuck in between dimensions. And oftentimes you're so scared and, what's going on? But in reality, they're crying for help. So when you chant Om Mani Padme Hum, project loving energy towards them, it allows them to be released to the higher worlds. Okay? Now, I hope that didn't scare you guys. You came here, I'm here to meditate for remove grief. I don't want to be weirded out. Anyway, it's just to give it context, because I always believe, like I've shared with you before, you want to know the reason for the things you do, even in spirituality. Okay? That's why. Now, another thing. A big part of this is when we do lose someone physically, and that's the part that I wanted to clarify with all of you. It is the body that dies, not the soul. The soul is immortal. Okay? So, for example, same thing, I ask you, move your body. What are you doing? I am moving my body. Moving my arm. Who's moving it? I am. Who's feeling these emotions? I am. Who's thinking these thoughts? I am. So before the movement was there, the mover already existed. Before you felt these feelings, the feeler felt it already, or already exists. Before you thought of certain things, the thinker is already there. So right there, that tells you that even when the body, the emotions, the thoughts disappear, the mover doesn't, the feeler doesn't, the thinker doesn't. So the spiritual self is immortal. Now, why is this important to know? Because without this realization of spirituality, the spiritual essence in the person, our human minds have this perception that if somebody passed on, in that case my father, without that knowing, the grief would be so painful, so difficult, because you think it all ended. Make sense? But if there's a knowingness, a certainty that it is just the form, the physical shell that left the body, for many people, that's a source of comfort. That's why I'm bringing this up to you. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Now, another thing, I just want to bring this up because unfortunately there are people here who, I know some of you are listening, some of you are not, some of you are watching, some of you have not heard this before. Unless if you're living under a rock. This thing with COVID, there's still people, believe it or not, okay, I don't want to hear anything about this from you guys. That's not the point. There's still people who think it's all a hoax or it's just a bad flu. If you know anybody from India, anybody from other parts of the world or other parts of the country, it ain't the bad flu. Okay? I was just doing healing on someone a few days ago. They were checking the blood, the blood oxygen. It was plummeting like that. And the guy is young. He's like less than 40 or maybe 41, 42. Healthy guy. I mean, God's blessing, healing, and something else. Fully recovered. Took about a week. I've known people who were in the hospital for a while. Never recovered. There's some that recovered. Clear? So I'm just sharing this with you because sometimes we can be so insensitive and say, oh yeah, it's the media, it's this political party, so on and so on. Hello? People are dead. Okay? The virus does not choose what your political viewpoint is or whatever the society says. The virus doesn't watch the news. Clear? So if you hear somebody sick or somebody whatever, you just say, look, if we truly believe in spirituality, that is a spiritual being having a body that's suffering. Quit the nonsense and offer help as needed, whether it's finances, support, whatever. But to tell them, hey, it's just a hoax, it'll go away. Easy for you to say if it's not somebody you love or you. Make sense? Go beyond all of it and say, hey, people are suffering, either directly or indirectly. People have lost jobs. Show love and compassion and realize that, hey, regardless of our belief of what it is, I'm here to help. I'm here to serve. Otherwise, if you don't, let me look at the other side of the spectrum. If you laugh at people who are suffering, you hope you never do. Because if you do, I feel sorry for you. It's going to be multiplied 100 times. That's why I'm watching the news and there are people who make fun of people who are dying and sick. I'm going, hey, people create their own misery. What are you going to do? They think the law of karma is their opinion. Right? So just keep that in mind. I've shared this with you before a few months ago when India was in really bad shape. I know family members, I know very good friends where they have family members lining up over a kilometer with the dead body of their loved ones on the way to the crematorium. So try telling them it's a hoax. And here you are chanting this and praying this. In the meantime, these people are suffering. You're laughing at them. I wish you luck. You're going to need it. The karmic effect is going to slam you so hard. Okay? I've seen people like that. They make fun of the other people who are suffering. Fast forward how many years later? They have a certain ailment, a certain problem. Nobody could help them. No healing works, whatever. You know why? The clever one looks, sorry, it was karmic. When people are suffering, they not lift a finger, they laugh at them, told them whatever. Now that's the karmic effect. Of course, this person, sorry, whatever, too late. Karma has to work out. Okay? Just keeping it real. So that's it. We're going to do our meditation, Twin Hearts. Activate our heart, our crown, project lots of love. We'll chant Om Mani Padme Hum. And the ones who have loved ones left the body, all you have to do is, you have to realize energy is consciousness. When you're chanting Om Mani Padme Hum, just form the intention that the energy we generate, the massive amount of spiritual energy and love that we generate, is going towards these people who need it. That's it. Okay? Clear? All right. I hope that point got shared with you. I hope you got it. Because it still blows my mind. I'm still going, I've actually know people that say that, oh yeah, I know it's just a bad flu, these people, they're just faking it, the media making it, the pharmacy. Tell that to the guy who can barely breathe. Tell that to the families who have loved ones that they can't even see at the last moment of that person's life. Try telling them that. Compassion goes a long way. You cannot be chanting, you cannot be praying, Our Father who art in heaven, simultaneously ridiculing people who are suffering. And if you do, I'm going to wish you lots of luck. You're going to need it. Because the karmic boomerang is going to slap your ass so bad, you're going to wish you were never born. Just, again, keeping it real. Okay? Just remember that. You have your views, politically, whatever, and all that stuff. Zip it, keep it to yourself. Do what you can to be of service. That's it. We're not saying you shouldn't think a certain way. Yeah, everybody's entitled to think, to feel, to act, right? But once other people are suffering, all those are set aside. Do your best to be of service. I mean, look at it. If you have a paramedic, you have a firefighter, you have a doctor or a nurse, they're going to ask you, by the way, what's your belief on this? If you're in a car accident or you're suffering, they're going to say, by the way, what's your political affiliation? Oh, I'm sorry, I can't treat you. Good luck with that, right? Clear? They don't care. They could be, believing a certain opposite way than this person who's suffering. It is their duty to be of service. That's that. Simple. Okay? So, shall we? Anyway, last note. I apologize. I'm not trying to make this a downer or whatever. I just want people to realize that suffering is real. It happens to people, and we have to help uplift them. But if they don't realize that we understand them, they're going to think, oh, you and your spiritual high horse, you think you're so spiritual, whatever. Then where's the spirituality in that? You can chant 1,000 mantras, you can recite 1,000 verses, but if somebody needs help, you can't lift a finger. In my opinion, it's completely useless. That's that. All right? Shall we? To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. To my beloved teacher, Grandmaster Chokok Sui Mahaguju Meling, we thank you for divine light, divine love. Thank you for your guidance. Thank you for your healing energy and your divine protection. Thank you. We thank you for this opportunity to be of service to all, especially the ones who have left their body. We humbly ask to be instruments to channel your love, your mercy, your compassion, your soothing healing energy to all of them. We thank you in full faith. So be it. All right, shall we? Take your left hand, tap your heart center. Take your right hand, tap your crown. But before we do that, put your hand like this. Be aware of your heart and your crown, especially the crown. I'm not the body. I'm not the emotion. I'm not the thoughts. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I am that. The soul, the spiritual self. I am connected in one to my higher soul. I am connected in one to the divine spirit, the divine spark within me. I am a child of God. I am one with God. I am one with all. There is only oneness. Just be still. Realize the spiritual essence in you. That is you. Be still. We are one. Now open your hands in blessing. First, visualize the earth in front of you. Just say, our hearts are one, our crowns are one, our souls are one, our spirits are one. There is only oneness. Now be aware of your heart. Project lots of loving energy to the entire earth. When you say project love to the earth, you're not just doing it to the physical rock. You talk about the people, the animals, the physical universe, the physical world, as well as the inner world, the inner universe. That means all the beings of light, the intangible world. So project lots of love to the entire earth. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Make me a channel of your peace. Wherever there's hatred anywhere in the world, within me, outside of me, the people I know, the city I live in, the state, the country, the entire earth, let me sow unconditional love. Where there's injury, let me sow pardon and forgiveness. To all who I've hurt, intentionally or not, whether physically, still in the body, or already passed on, if I've hurt you in any way, I send you love, peace, and humbly ask for your forgiveness. If any of you are going through this guilt and this pain that we have hurt someone and they already passed on, we haven't had a chance to apologize, to say our piece, They're not the body, they're the spiritual self. Even if they've left the body, send them lots of love and just say sorry. I messed up. I humbly ask for your forgiveness. Thank you for your forgiveness. I realize my mistake, and if a similar situation happens to anyone around me, I will do the right thing. I will learn from this mistake and not hurt anyone else. Thank you. I send you love, joy, and peace, and ask for your forgiveness. Thank you. And I also learn the lesson and forgive myself. So it is. Just open your heart and let the love flow through. To all who have hurt me, whether you're still in the body or already left the body, we are all children of God. We are all growing and evolving, and evolution involves time, process, and lots of mistakes. I've had my share of mistakes and learned from them, so can you. So to all who have hurt me, whether you're still in the body or already left the body, I send you all love, joy, and peace. May all of you be completely forgiven. Go in peace now. If you already left the body, I forgive you. I release you. I do my best to send you into the light. So it is. May you be blessed with peace, with love. So be it. May you be filled with brilliant light. So it is. Where there's doubt, let me sow faith. Where there's despair, let me sow hope. To all who are suffering in any way, physically, emotionally, financially, with their mental health, with their relationships, may all of you be blessed with a new hope and faith and a better life. So be it. So be it. To all who have already left their bodies, may you be blessed with a safe and rapid journey into the light. May you be filled with hope, with faith, and that brilliant light. So be it. So be it. And so it is. Send them into the light. Where there's darkness, let me sow light. To all we know who have left the body, whether directly someone we know, or people we know, or even people we will never meet, people we just heard in the news, may all the souls who have left their bodies reach that light quickly. May this love, may this light fill your being now, soothe your pain, sorrow, and suffering, and fill you with brilliant light. So be it. And if there's any form of sadness within you, may you be filled with divine joy. So be it. So be it. So be it. Be still. Now be aware of your heart. Take a deep breath. Be aware of your crown. Exhale. Your crown is filled with so much golden light. It's pouring out of our hands, flooding your family, your friends, your loved ones, your city, your state, your country. Let that golden light spread throughout the entire earth. Share that golden light with the ones who have left their bodies. Fill them with golden light, with divine unconditional love. May they be helped with this on their journey into the light. So be it. For the ones who have been left behind, with people who they've lost, may they be filled with love, with comfort, with mercy and compassion, so be it. So be it. May their astral body be healed. May their mental body be healed. So be it. From the heart of God, through my soul, through my entire being, may every person, every being on earth be blessed with love, with kindness, unconditional love and kindness, regardless of race, religion, belief system, political leaning, sex, gender, anything. Let all means all, be flooded with peace, love, and kindness. So be it. May all be blessed with great joy and happiness, with understanding, harmony, and divine peace. Blessings be to all. So be it. Just be still. Now, gently be aware of your heart and your crown simultaneously. Take a deep breath. Exhale and project golden light, even brighter than before, flooding the entire earth. The physical world, the emotional world, the mental world, and the spiritual world. Let this golden light penetrate to every dimension. From the center of the heart of God, through my soul, through my entire being, may every person, every being, material or immaterial, physical or non-physical, be blessed with God's unconditional love and kindness. May all be blessed with inner peace, inner healing. May all be soothed of their pain, sorrow, and suffering. So be it. May all be blessed with understanding, with harmony, goodwill, and the willingness to do good. So be it. From the center of the heart of God, may every person, every being, in the physical world, the emotional world, the mental world, the higher worlds, and even the lower worlds be blessed. May every person, every being in every dimension be blessed with unconditional love and kindness. So be it. Continue projecting this golden light. If you have someone you know who has passed, flood them with this golden light. If you know anyone who is suffering in the physical world, flood them with golden light. Let this golden light just permeate to every person, every being in every dimension as we chant Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Let's remember the caregivers, the frontline workers who are back at it again. Some of them never left, and caring for all the people who are sick. Flood them all with golden light, with healing energy and divine protection. So be it. Flood all the people in the hospitals and people who are sick at home with golden healing light. The relatives and friends who are caring for them, bless them with love, with healing energy and divine protection as we chant Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Remember the mantras. Energy, love, and blessings permeate to all dimensions. It could be someone you love who has passed on 10 years ago, 20 years ago. They hear you. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 May every person, every being, in every dimension be divinely blessed. So it is. Be still. Blessings be to all. Now lower your hands on your lap. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Just imagine a beautiful golden light, like a miniature sun floating above your head. Be aware of your heart. Send a stream of love from your heart up to the crown and into that miniature sun. And stay there. Be still. You're not the body, you're not the emotion, not the thoughts. You are that light. A spiritual being of light. Remember who you are. That is your true essence. The soul, the spiritual self. Eternal, radiant light. Just silently say, I am that self of light. That self am I. So it is. I am that radiant self of light. That self am I. The light I am is one with the light in all. And so it is. Be still and listen. Om Mani Padme Hum. Be still and let go. Experience yourself as brilliant light. Let go, and just let things be now. Be one with the light. Be one with that light. You are that light. Just silently know I am that. That am I. Let go. Now. Let go. Maintain your stillness. Maintain your state of oneness. And just listen. The liquid divine energy is pouring down your crown. Your crown's being healed. All negative thoughts of energies disintegrate, extract, expelled property to the nearest salt water. Your crown chakras are healed. The liquid divine energy is pouring down to your forehead, your ajna, and your back head chakras. All your head chakras are being flooded with divine light, divine love, divine will. So be it. They are healed. The liquid divine energy is pouring down to your throat chakra. Your throat chakras are being cleansed. Any negative thoughts, negative energies are disintegrated, extracted, expelled to the nearest salt water. So be it. Your throat chakras are healed. The liquid divine energy is entering in between your shoulder blades through your back heart and your front heart through your back and your entire emotional astral body. Your entire astral body is now flooded with waves of love, sweetness, and ananda, divine bliss, flushing out any type of anger, resentment, grief, anxiety. These are now being dissolved, disintegrated, and flushed out to the nearest salt water now. So be it, or violet fire. The liquid divine energy is pouring down into your front and back solar plexus. It's going deep into your front and back solar plexus, dissolving any type of anger, grief, guilt, negative emotions that's holding you back in your relationship, in your spiritual path, in your work. These are all dissolved, disintegrated, extracted, expelled to the nearest salt water. Now, so be it. It continues to purify your front back solar plexus and entering your lower astral body, flooding it with love, with peace, and ananda. So be it. Displacing any type of anger, resentment, guilt, grief, negative emotion, flushed out into the nearest salt water and violet fire. The liquid divine energy is going down, down, cleansing your navel, your sex center. It's pouring down your spine and cleansing your basic chakra also. Just be still. Just be still. The physical, emotional, mental, and higher bodies are now soaking in this divine light. Just be receptive. Let go. Just be super receptive. Let the energy do its work. If any negative thoughts, negative emotions, anger, resentment, grief, or any energy you want to release comes up in your consciousness, just observe it and let the divine waterfall flush it out of your system now. Let it go. You are a being of light. None of these emotions and thoughts are you. Release them. Allow the divine light to replace it, to be flooded mentally, emotionally, etherically, and physically with this spiritual light. Now, say thank you. Thank you to the divine source. Thank you. I completely, deeply, permanently, and gratefully accept, absorb, assimilate all these divine blessings and divine healing energy now. So be it. Say it again. I completely, deeply, permanently, gratefully accept, absorb, fully assimilate all the divine blessings and the divine healing energies on all levels. So be it. Again, I completely, deeply, permanently, gratefully, so thankfully accept, absorb, fully assimilate all the divine blessings and all the divine healing energies spiritually, mentally, emotionally, etherically, physically, and on all levels. So be it, so be it, and so it is. Now just be still. Let it go deeper within you. Now raise your hands in blessing. Let's release the excess energies our bodies cannot absorb. Visualize the people you love in front of you. Fill them with beautiful golden light. Your family, friends, anyone. Flood them with golden light. May all of them be blessed with good health, with happiness, with prosperity, and with spirituality. So be it. So be it, and so it is. Now be aware of your feet, the base of your spine, and your hands. Flood the earth below you with golden light. Let our beloved Mother Earth be blessed with divine light, divine love, and divine power. Let our beloved Mother Earth be healed, regenerated, and revitalized. Blessings be to Mother Earth. So be it, and so it is. Okay, let's give thanks to the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. We thank you for your immense blessings. To my beloved teacher, Master Chokhok Sui, Mahagu Jumailin, to the Lord Christ, to the Lord Buddha, to Buddha Kuan Yin, and all the high beings, thank you for this opportunity to be of service. We offer our loved ones who have left the body to you to safely and rapidly bring them into the light, into your love, your peace, into the ocean of oneness, in full faith. So be it. All right, so, wow, that was long. And I hope the ones who have asked for healing for loved ones who have passed, I hope that has helped you. We definitely know it's helped them. And that's it. Okay. Anyway, enjoy your weekend. Have a fantastic weekend. I know quite a number of you in, let's see, Asia, Australia, New Zealand. So that, when I say Asia, I know India's part of Asia, but that's a different, they have a different class there. I'm teaching Spiritual Essence of Men, which is the Tree of Life. So that's this coming August 1. Anyway, I'm not going to post the link anymore. You just search the feed. It's in there. So Singapore, I think Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, Vietnam, Fiji, New Zealand, Australia, and so on and so on. Anyway, the feed is there. Philippines. The rest of the world, they'll schedule class for you too. Okay? That starts, I think, 8 a.m. in that time zone. So I'll be here all night. All right. Namaste, everyone. Have a fantastic weekend. We wish you much happiness and joy. And for the ones, again, who have lost people physically, just know that They're the soul, a spark of God, and they're just returning to God and be at peace with it. Namaste. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. Have a good night.